Turn the mic on. Truth in the building. No filters. No politics. No apologies. Dr. Ken, let's go. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fade. Stand tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth don't speak, Dr. Ken in the booth.
Truth don't sleep.
Came from the bottom when survival was a law. Learn real quick what respect really costs. Everybody got opinions from afar, but they ain't never had to carry those scars. Built from pressure, discipline, pain. Some lose focus, some lose aim. Some sell souls just to chase that fame. I build my brick by brick, no shame. See the world get weak when they need a moment. Too many followers pretending they friends. Too many loudmouths scared to defend any real conviction when the pressure set in. But I stand on business, stand on code, stand on truth when the lies explode. Some fold up when the road gets cold. Some become legends when the story gets told. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fades. Stand tall, even when the whole ground breaks. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth don't speak, Dr. Ken is on.
Truth don't sleep.
Frank. Candid.
Straight to the point.
If nobody else gon' say it, I will. Yeah. Mic check, truth coming live again. Built for the storm, I don't hide from when. Everybody tough when the lights are bright. Different story when it's dark outside at 10. I done seen pride make kings collapse. Seen weak minds get trapped in traps. Seen good people never fight back. Seen fake leaders disappear too fast. So I speak for the workers, speak for the tired, speak for the people still trying to climb higher. Speak for the ones still building through fire, trying to lead this world better than prior. And if the truth hurt, let it hurt a little. Growth don't happen, staying safe in the middle. Either build your life or become a riddle. Either move the crowd or get played like fiddle. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fades. Stand tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth gon' speak, Dr. Ken in the booth.
Truth don't sleep.
Dr. Ken's truth. Frank, Dr. Ken's truth. Dr. Ken's truth. Dr. Ken's truth. Frank, candid.
Straight to the point, to the point.
Good afternoon and welcome. It's a sunny day. I don't know if Babar's here yet, but tell Babar that I got sunscreen on so he can stop tripping. So he can stop talking crazy. Hey, welcome everybody for another rendition of Dr. Ken's Truth. Let me see who's in the YouTube chat chatting away today. Let me see. Hey, what's up, Quanda? How's it going? Hey, what's up, Study Hall? Everybody is here. Essie, how's it going? Sincere, Ronnie, Ray, So, who else is here? Todd. Hey, what's going on? You know, you're supposed to say hello to me. Okay, Todd said hello to me first. I was feeling some kind of way. Hey, what's up, Sir Chance? See who else is here. I seen a bad Kenworth today. Cool. Good. I don't know what that means. So anyway. I know Kenworth is a truck. Quanda said, there, Todd, how slow did you type my name today? Make sure you get it correct. Oh, God. So is it capital A, capital W, or just Kawand? I see everybody types it capital K, capital W. So I'm just saying. Todd, I'm going to need you to take photos or get a number if it Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Who was supposed to get a truck, by the way? I'm trying to remember that. Who's supposed to get a truck? Okay, now they just talking. What does? Yes, I am. I'm at the hidden place, and I'm not using your name. That was a kind of a weird name. I don't know what that name was about. I don't know what that was about. So yeah. That one I'm not going with. Y'all gotta you gotta go to Chat GPT or Claude and figure out what the name. Put all the stuff in because that was not a nah.
I'm thinking let me ask you.
Nah. Hey, sincere.
I'm thinking.
Y'all got to go back and work at it again. That one wasn't. That one wasn't. Somebody joined and I don't see who joined. Let me see. Because when I started, it was, and now the numbers. Anyway, anywho, I've been thinking a lot. First of all, if you missed it, go back. I talked to Sherwin Hughes yesterday, and we had a really good talk and really good time. So if you missed it, you can go back. It's on Spotify, Facebook, YouTube. I'm missing somewhere. Oh, duh, and LinkedIn. So my favorite place. So make sure you go check that out. It was an interesting interview. It's great hearing from everybody. I'm gonna try to dive into his show tonight and check out and harass people and just be an all-around nuisance that I can always be. I was thinking the other day about a topic that I had talked about before, but it just kind of it came at me in a way that made me think about it, and I really didn't want to think about it, but I thought about the things we go through, the struggles we have, the disappointment, and how much time we spend trying to avoid it. And I've said these things before, but I think it bears repeating. We want to get promoted. We never want to get rejected. We never want to tell people no. No is what helps me understand and figure out what I'm doing wrong. We want a successful business, but we don't want to lose any money. We don't want to struggle. We don't want any adversity. We try to avoid it. But I think lessons rarely come from when you win. I never learned anything not winning Wisconsin Broadcast Association Best Radio Show. I learned more in that year that I didn't win and all the things that I needed to do. Setbacks make you reevaluate. And so when you admire somebody and you admire somebody's success, you need to start to think about what experiences that they have in disappointment and rejection and making mistakes and having plans and goals that really didn't go well. I think the difference is that successful people don't avoid those problems. They don't avoid those mistakes. They learn from them. The problem is that too many people go through difficult experiences, but they don't get any wisdom. And I don't really understand why. Do you know why? I don't know. Because they lack a critical thing, and it's called self-awareness. Most people think they're self-aware, but they're not really self-aware because we all have blind spots. We have things we do that are blind spots. We have things we say that are blind spots. We have thoughts we have that are blind spots. We have all sorts of things. And so if you're really self-aware, that means you got to be responsible and be honest to yourself. No excuses, no shade, no ego, no blaming, no rewriting the story to make it sound better, all that. So when I talk about things that I failed at, and I think tomorrow night we have Dame Elsie on, but I think Thursday I really want to go through and figure out my top 5 failures in life. and how I overcame them and what it looked like. That means I had to ask myself questions about what did I overlook, what did I miss, was I prepared or did I just kind of schlep through it? Did I let my ADHD just make me speed through it or I'll do it later? Do I communicate clearly? What is what I say clear? Or was it something that I thought I said? It's like when you're texting somebody and you start really simple and then it blows up into an argument and you start to wonder, where did they get that from? And you scroll back and you see something you wrote that wasn't something you meant, but you did it anyway. And you found out you really didn't communicate clearly. Did you ignore a warning sign? You know, that guy or that girl that you know something ain't right, but you still say, and then you talk about dating somebody and you like them, or you're married to somebody and you like them, and all of a sudden you leave out those relationships and experiences that didn't work out too well or really made you look bad, but it made you the person you are today. Because I'm going to tell you, we blame everything and everybody else. It's the economy, it's politics, it's all that other. I say nonsensical things to the point that we even say it's bad luck, and I don't even believe in luck. And yes, sometimes life is unfair. We see that now in the political climate. Sometimes circumstances beyond our control change stuff. You lose your job, you crash your car. But then you got to ask yourself, why did it happen? And I think more importantly, why did it happen to you? And what can you learn? Like out of this, what did I learn? I learned, like the other day when I talked about I locked my key in the trunk. Then it was the only key I had. And then right after that, the battery died on the key. And I had to use the key to get in the car. I had to go back to those manual things that you had to do. And I had to learn that, you know, if you used it more often, like stuck the key in the door, the battery wouldn't burn out so fast. And so being self-aware doesn't mean every criticism is a personal attack. Sometimes you need to hear what people are telling you. And so why is that, Bill? Because people that are self-aware understand and look at what other people overlook. Reflection prevents repetition. I always tell people, I may never know what I'm going to do, but I know what I'm not going to do because I learn from those things. And if you ever stop and evaluate decisions that you make, you'll continue to make the same mistake while you date the different person, while you work the different job, while you take advantage of the different opportunities, and the same mistakes still happen. And so you think your problem is your environment when it's really your habits. You think your problem is everybody else, but your perspective hasn't changed. Is it nature versus nurture? I say it's both. That's why self-awareness matters. Success can sometimes hide in pure preparation. I said that before. So, you know, sometimes stuff works out and it was raggedy and you threw it together and you got an A on that paper. Ain't that right, Kwanda? But you know you really didn't put your best foot forward. You just kind of put it together. But different seasons reveals what success hides. They expose the cracks. And once the crack is exposed, you can repair it, though. You can fix it. The problem is, and we'll talk about it later, with the broken windows theory, hidden cracks can actually and usually become bigger problems. So don't waste your setbacks studying, own your part, learn, and then move forward. Because people who accomplish extraordinary things, people that are successful, aren't the ones that never struggled. They struggled more. They were open to it. They're the ones who refused to remain the same person after they went through drama. Every difficult experience should leave you with more knowledge, more wisdom, greater self-awareness. Because when you become more self-aware, you stop asking, why does this keep happening to me? Instead, you ask, why do I And who do I need to become so this doesn't happen again? And that's a question that'll change your life. Our greatest obstacles don't have to define us, but it should develop us. It should move us forward. Every lesson you learn,
She certainly knows how to write a
or
script.
really decide not to learn today, has a way of showing up tomorrow. If you avoid it, it's going to show up. So you need to learn, you need to grow, you need to be better, not bitter,
She's got to be uber smart.
and you need to understand and embrace so that you can grow. That part of the winning and being successful and being rich and being famous and having a car and having a house, instead of asking people how they got it, you should ask people, what was your failure?
He said that to you?
And that's my view, frank,
That's disrespectful.
hopefully candid, and straight to the point. You're listening to Dr. Ken's Truth, and we will be right back. Can y'all hear the conversation in the background? That's what Todd was talking about. Todd said, yep, I can hear. Good thing you got headphones on, because that dude talking would drive the ADHD into high gear. It did. It got to you? All right. Well, maybe I'll find somewhere else different. I thought nobody was out here. I looked around, nobody was here, but I think he takes a phone call every day at 4 Central Time, so I think I need to. I tried the other side of the building, but the Wi-Fi didn't make it there. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let me see who else came up in here in the talk and text line. Hey, what's up, Aaron? How's it going? Aaron is him. What does that mean, Aaron? Everybody got some weird. Y'all got some weird names, like RN Quanta. Identity. Your identity. All right, so let me move forward. Let me quit letting the ADHD, or else y'all gonna start talking about me. So, by the way, if you want to support this program, you can go to Dr. Ken Swag, one word, DrKenSwag.printify.me. Like Spotify, it's Printify.me. So check it out. See if you got any swag there. If you want to buy a cup or a shirt,
And I could have said, I could have said
rock that. No, all right. So, by the way, reminding everybody, you did miss the meetup. So, we'll have another one maybe in August. August, maybe. Maybe I'll do live from Miami or wherever the heck folk want to move to. We'll do that. I got some questions. So I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he asked a question, and I paused, and I thought about it. I said, I hadn't thought about that. So why haven't we been to the moon since 1969? We went through all this trouble to take a rocket and send, basically the Rainbow Coalition back to the moon, and yet we went around the back side. And we can't land on the backside because it gets cold. I think they say something like 400. I remember off the top of my head, it's 400 or something degrees below zero or some crazy number. And so you can't really live there. You'll basically freeze. And I guess I can build something to cool you off, but I can't build anything to warm you up. So can you really warm somebody from 400 and something degrees below zero? I don't think so. So I was thinking about that. I think this is just me. I think it was because of UFOs. Unidentified, what they call it now, UAP, unidentified or undisclosed or whatever, aerial phenomenon, or unidentified anomalous phenomenon, whatever it is, there's something up there. And I'm a firm believer that we're not the only people in the galaxy or the universe for that matter. Never quite know which one is bigger. Anyway, I've been arguing with that. I've been kicking that one around for 9 years or so, 10 years or so. Yeah. We haven't gone to the moon. Why is that? Is there something up there we're not supposed to see? Is it something we're avoiding? Do we know that there's some things out there? Now, the Trump administration and Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth and all these folks was talking about, we're going to release all this stuff, but they haven't released anything really. A lot of the stuff they released was something we kind of knew already. Like, what's in Area 51? What technology do we have? But we have no idea how to use it because our
group would probably freak out for sure.
Our physics and our chemistry and much of our sciences don't understand or know what it is. And so when you got a craft that can move without any combustion, but yet can make a big, y'all hear that phone call?
This is right up her alley for sure. How old is she?
Like, I don't know. I don't know what's up there. I know that there is something. I do believe there is something up there. Not quite ready to share my experiences because I don't know if I want to be thought of as being crazy.
I get such a kick out of you.
Todd said the transition to the shuttle killed the rocket program, but did it? Did it really?
So if the 2.5-year-old
we transitioned to shuttles, but what happened?
She just got some space.
Like, why did we transition to shuttles? What was that about?
And she'd probably go crazy. She'd be so
Russia
joyful.
didn't go to the moon. Did China go to the moon? I can't remember. Korea, like, everybody stopped. They must have shared something with other people and told them something's up there. That's just me. I'm just weird like that. But I think there's something more. And I hope one day we're able to find out exactly what it is. That's just me. But my next question has to do with this dealing with crime. Have you heard of the broken windows theory? Anybody? Has anybody heard of the broken windows theory? Well, broken windows theory is a criminological concept introduced in 1982 by two social scientists, James Q. Wilson and George Kelling. I happened to meet George Kelling before he passed away. He worked with the Milwaukee Police Department a little bit. It talks about visible signs of disorder and neglect, unrepaired broken windows, vandalism, cars, stuff like that, litter, trash, signal a lack of social control, which encourages further disorder and ultimately serious crime. So think about that. If you live in a nice neighborhood, the odds are crime is pretty low. Well, why is it that low? I mean, yeah, the occasional burglary, occasional car break-in, but for the most part, you don't have a lot of crime. Well, why is that? Well, broken windows there. There are no signs of neglect. There's no, when a minor infraction is left unaddressed, other people think they can do it too. And then they do more and do more and do more till it gets up to and including homicide. It's like a contagion, right? One person does it, another person does it. You do it in groupthink. You do it in leadership, right? The most powerful person in the group is the second person, not the leader, but the person that decides to follow the leader. Then it lets the other people feel that it's okay to follow, and then they follow. Same thing with crime. Same thing with litter, broken windows, broken down cars. And then it escalates to major crime. Because if the little ones go unpunished, then I think I can get away with bigger stuff. Now, New York tried this, zero tolerance. That, I think that's a little much. And I think the reason it's a little much is because I think you need to get called out about it, but I don't think you need to be punished for it, unless it's your second offense. So we need to start tracking. You need to make sure officers stop everybody and make it zero tolerance versus we only stop Black people or white people or Hispanic people or Asian people or people that look apart. And so when it's a different race, culture, ethnicity, everybody tends to look the part because they don't look like you. And that's part of the problem law enforcement has, because they many times use themselves as the barometer. We did. Used ourselves as the barometer of what's right and what's wrong. I remember there was a time you didn't wear a beard as a cop. You had your hair cut a certain way as a cop. You had a certain height, certain weight, certain race, no tattoos, things of that nature. Now, not so much. So one of the arguments about it is over policing. If we're going to clean up Milwaukee, if we're going to fix it the way that it needs to be fixed, it's going to take some over policing. There's going to be some perceived bias, and it's going to be a strain. When they cleaned up New York, it was pretty bad. People hated the police, pretty much like they do now, significantly pre-George Floyd. But what happened in that is they were able to step up and get it done, and they had good supervisors who were able to curtail some of the nonsense, and they treated the police the same way they treated the people. If there was a minor infraction, they were punished for it, and it stopped the big ones from coming. So that's my thought on it. What do you think? Let me check the talk and text line. Todd said we could never have any showing tattoos, which I don't understand why, because most people say in law enforcement, somebody might find it offensive. Well, I mean, if it's a swastika, yeah, you might find it offensive. Yeah. I don't know. Let me go back and check.
My mother was very specific in her.
Oh, now they're talking about trucks. See? Who cares about Kenworth? Is it Kenworth or Kenilworth? Kenilworth? I don't know. Trucks. I don't get it. I'm not a truck guy. Should I get a truck? I've been thinking about buying a truck. At my age, I think the last car I buy myself before I get too old to drive might be a pickup truck. I think I might be a pickup truck. Curly Q said, heard of broken windows when Flynn came to town. They teach it in law enforcement all over. Most criminal justice programs do teach the broken windows theory. So I'm just saying. Let me go back up and see what y'all talking about in the chat. All right. So coming up in a bit, I have up next 3 things everybody needs to do today. Everybody keeps complaining. Everybody keeps crying about what they think they should do, issues they have, problems they have. I think these 3 things that you should do will fix any issues you might have in your life today. And I'm going to talk about what I think the future is going to hold between now and 2026, 2029, 2030. I'm going to talk about some of those things. And I think over time, I think we can survive it all. But I'm talking about failure, talking about struggle, because tough times are going to happen. And again, remind me, Thursday, I'm going to talk about my top 5 main struggles I had in my life that made me who I am today. Make sense? All right. 3 things everybody needs today. We'll be back. One day I should just sit here and not say anything for an hour. I don't know if I can do that. Sit totally still and not say anything for an hour. That would be weird. That would be bizarre. But again, wanted to remind you, if you want to support the program, drkenswag.printify.me. Check out my prior shows. They're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and you can also check it out on Spotify. So I upload them a day or so later, so you'll be able to get them on Spotify and check it out, all that stuff. So that being said, three things I think every person needs, and I'd be interested to hear in the chat what you think about it. These are three things that I think if you have these, no matter what happens in your life, you would be able to make it through. Some people don't think they'd be able to make it, but I believe that if you have a good plan and if you have these in place, and maybe sometime in the future we can talk about what very specifically, but in the end we need to start to figure out what it is we're going to do to make it. I think, and this is just me, I'm speaking for anybody else, I think that there are going to be some times coming in the future that are going to cause a lot of issues and a lot of problems in America. And so when it does, it's going to cause us to struggle. And you know, we're a people that are really good at making it through a struggle. But the problem is when there's no struggle, we tend to not do well. And so I think in the end, we need to start to examine what our future is going to be and plan for it. And in planning for it, I think we're going to need to create a space where we are doing well. And so when you ask yourself, what are three things people need? Number one, you need a personal brand that can reach between 2,000 and 2,000 people who know who you are, who, if they talked about you away from you, they could talk about who you are and where you grew up and where you worked and where you're from and all that. Sort of like what I do here. Second, you need a business or a side hustle. And then third, entrepreneurship. And then third, you need to know how to use AI to be as efficient as possible to do work of at least two people. So let me dive into that. A personal brand is people that know you. That means that you have to position yourself with the reputation and the branding and the presentation that when people see you or meet you or talk to you or hear you talk, see you on YouTube, they understand and know who you are. Like they have a good idea of that person does this, has this background and all that. Why? Because eventually that is what you do to build your network. Second, you need a business or a side hustle. You need something on the side that you can do that's going to create some income to give you some space. So we've been talking about credit and money and all that, but in the end, we're going to really have to, notice I said we're really going to have to position ourselves. And if we want to do that, I want to leave a legacy. Well, if you want to leave a legacy, you got to work at it. You got to struggle at it. You got to fail. You got to move forward. You got to learn from it. You got to gather wisdom and be able to create something that makes you happy. Not necessarily chase money, but enough that's going to make you comfortable.
Even though he lives in
And so while you're complaining about your job,
well, that's good.
Todd is asking me to move the guy along. Well, he's got a right to be here just like me. Sincere said, Allah, money, love, and wisdom. I don't know what that means. Is that your order? Is that the order you put it in? Anyway, those are some things that you need. You got to have a side hustle. You got to start a business that's making you some positive cash flow. You know, even if it's a couple $1,000s a year. Well, not a year, a month. something that you're able to build a nest egg, an emergency fund. Because I'm gonna tell you, I think sometime between now and 2029, the market's going to dip, and it's going to be as bad as it was in 1929 in 2029. We're due for a correction of epic proportion. Am I a doomsdayer? No. It's just one of those things that happens. We've had them over and over and over. And I think this whole technology thing where we got to build out data centers, I don't think it's going to fly, because when we built out and transitioned from agrarian agriculture to the industrial revolution, it took a while to build railroads that stood around for 100 years, to build highways that stood around for 50 years. But yet, when we look at today, an iPhone is only good for what, 2-3 years, and then you got to get another one. You got to build another one. That is where technology is. So when you build a data center with top of the line technology and it's obsolete in 2 to 3 years, you got to rebuild it. Well, who's going to rebuild it? Data centers today, people have spent in excess of $650 billion to build out a data center. And in 3 years, it's obsolete. Where's that money coming from? Who's going to pay that? Now, those companies with cash, Amazon, Apple, Google, who else? You know, those are going to be the companies that are going to make it. They got cash. Microsoft, they got cash. So they'll just build another data center and be done. I don't know if OpenAI can do that. I don't know if Claude, I forget the name of the company. I don't know if those other companies can do that. They're raising money to build one. These companies just go in their coffers and just, they're $1 trillion companies. They're $2 trillion companies. They just whip it out. We just put Tesla on the NASDAQ. We just made it one of the, what do they call it? The Magnificent Seven technology companies. Well, that's great until it fails. And I don't mean fail as in it goes out of business. I mean, when it dips, when people stop buying Teslas for a minute, just like we stopped buying big cars, and then we started all buying little cars in the 70s because we had the crash and, rationing gas and rationing food, and housing market, houses were at 10, 12, 15, 18, 20% interest on a house, even though the house costs significantly less. Now we have the opposite. We scream, oh my God, the interest rate is 6%, but yet the house is worth $500,000. So that's where we are today. That's going to change. I think eventually we're going to get a hit, and it's going to be a correction, and I don't know if it's going to turn out well. But if we're not ready, it's going to blow up in our face. And in order to be ready, you have to have a personal brand, a network of between 2 and 2,000 people that know who you are, that can vouch for you and say, yeah, that person would be great. The other one, you need a side business. So when the market dies, that means you need a product or something that you can fix somebody's problem. We're going to dive into that. How do you do that? See, these are all future shows we're going to be doing. How did you dive into figuring out what product or service you're going to give that can stand the test of time when the market goes up and down? Something everybody needs, that opportunity that doesn't go away. And then finally, you got to take a class on AI. It doesn't matter which one you choose. ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, you need to create an agent for yourself and an AI assistant that can get a lot of that little work done. I do my news. I check my email by simply telling my AI to summarize my emails. And it does. Go through my email and say, who do I get the most emails from? And it tells me with data, with information, you can make decisions. The more you have, the more sound decisions you can make. And so I think it's only fitting that you do that. AI isn't going anywhere. And again, like I said before, if you can work 40 hours a week and do 60 to 70 hours worth of work versus the person that works 70 hours a week and does 70 hours of work, if I can pay you for 40 and you can do 60 or 70, you're going to get the job first. That means you need to know how you can be efficient in using AI to make you more efficient, a better worker, do more, produce more, and hopefully get paid more. So those are the three things I think we need. I threw it in the poll in YouTube. Which of these do you see yourself doing first? Like, which one do you really think you want to do first? Do you want to build your brand? Do you want to start a business? Or really tackle AI? Do you really want to tackle AI? It's important that you understand these three things if you want to live the next 10, 15, 20 years. Well, the next year, you're going to have to understand these things. So in the YouTube chat, which one of these will you choose first? The brand, business, or AI? Zero said AI. What are y'all scared of AI, or do you use AI already? Who here uses AI already? Hey, what's up, Jasmine? What's up, Babar? How's it going? Babar says dog ate his homework. You probably don't even have a dog. Anyway, which one of these? Todd said brand big time. 67% of you all who responded said brand. And only 33% said business, zero said AI. I don't know how to break it to you. Your business and AI can help you develop your brand. You have to do all three of these. You can't just sit around and relax and take it easy and think everything's going to work out great, because it's not. It's not. And so you need to really, really, really consider all of those three things and start a plan. And then the next week, start on one. Nah, don't take a week. Do it now. When you get off this podcast, sit down, figure out which one of these you want to do, and then start working on it today. It's the only thing that's going to make you win. Hey, thanks for being here. You're listening to Dr. Ken's Truth. When we come back, top 5. Good afternoon. Welcome to the top 5 at 5, even though it's before 5. The top 5 before 5. Maybe I'll rename it top 5 before 5. What y'all think? Throw it in the YouTube chat. 5 before 5. That means I have to do it in the 4 o'clock hour. I don't know. Or just call it the top 5. You tell me. Maybe I should start a poll. Top 5 or 5 before 5? I don't know. Which one? Y'all tell me, because, I'm going to just follow everything you say. Because when I blow up and I'm big, I'm going to pretend like, Did I know you? Do I know you?
Number 5.
Well, weather is it. I'm telling you, it is the weather. It's 95 degrees, feels like 108 because there's a little bit of humidity and zero chance of rain. Overnight, the low is like 78. So it's going to be in the 90s through Thursday. So it's going to be hot. There's a heat advisory out. I put my sunscreen on my head. So, everything's, if you're out, I think Curly Q said it, make sure hydrate. Make sure you put some water in your body so that everything works out well. And did you hear about it? An MPS school, believe it or not,
Number 4.
burned down. So there was a fire that destroyed an MPS elementary school building. A 5-alarm fire destroyed it this morning. 100 firefighters battled the massive fire at Lincoln Avenue School on the south side in oppressive heat for hours. Call came in around 3 a.m., said Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky here in Milwaukee. The 109-year-old building, problem number one, at 1817 West Lincoln Avenue did not have a sprinkler system or working fire alarms. So here's a question. Do a lot of buildings at MPS have them? I don't know. Firefighters made extremely aggressive attempts to put the fire out from the inside. Lipsky said they were having trouble navigating the basement and the first floor because of a large amount of stored goods in the hallways. After battling the fire for about 40 minutes from the inside, they evacuated, and Lipsky said he would not risk lives to save an empty building. We simply couldn't get in there. In an email to where the story comes from, Wisconsin Public Radio, MPS spokesperson Jennifer Roche disputed Lipsky's report that there were not fire alarms in the building. She said, our security service notified us of the fire. Both the fire and detectors worked as they should have. Lincoln Avenue School serves about 425 pre-K through 5th graders, and the principal, Demarius Ayala, said in a statement to parents this morning. It said they'll still keep the families updated on plans. There's one plan. I don't think you're going to be able to go to school at Lincoln Avenue School anymore. I'm just saying, right? Because it's, gone. As if MPS hasn't had enough issues in Dr. Brenda Caselius' first year. So that'll be pretty interesting. And this next story from JS Online shows a person with a clear lack of decision-making. Or should I say, good decision-making.
Number 3.
Francesca Hong from JS Online. Francesca Hong appeared on a stream with Hassan Piker. Who is Hassan Piker? Well, we'll get there. Wisconsin gubernatorial candidate Francesca Hong raised more than $57,000 by appearing on a live stream with the controversial online commentator Hassan Piker. Piker, why do you know that name, or why don't you know that name? Well, you should. Piker has faced criticism for past comments, including saying America deserved 9/11 and other remarks about anti-Semitism. Hong defended her appearance, and this is where the bad decision is on my part. That's just me. Stated candidates need to engage with large audiences, though she disagreed with some of Piker's statements. The appearance drew criticism from Wisconsin conservatives and has highlighted a divide among Democrats on whether to engage with Piker. Well, that's a bad choice. That's a bad decision. And so I just don't get it. That's one of the problems when you don't listen to people and you're young and you think you know everything. That's just me. Because if that were the case, decisions like that wouldn't be made. They wouldn't. There's no way you could make a decision to go with a person who stated publicly that 3,000 people that were Americans should have died. Is that bizarre? That's bizarre. Hey, did you hear what happened in Wauwatosa the other day? They found a lost child. But here's what I don't understand. If you were born, how could you be lost?
Number 2.
So from fox6now.com, Wauwatosa police are asking for the public's help in locating the parents and guardians of a child that was found in the area of 115th and Watertown Plank Road today. So here's the deal. If you recognize the kid or you have information, they're asking you to call Milwaukee. Wauwatosa Police Department at 414-471-8430. That's 414-471-8430. How do you lose a kid? Go to the website and look at the picture of this beautiful child. I have no understanding. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can do this. See if I can share my screen so you can see the picture of this kid. Yep, there you go. So that's the kid. That's the baby that's missing. So if you know who this kid is, this story was published by Fox 6 News digital team at 7:33 this morning. If you know who this kid is, can you please contact the Wauwatosa Police Department? Please? That just burns me. For the life of me. That just burns me. There's that baby right there. I don't understand. See that baby? Lost? How do you lose your kid? How? How do you lose a child? How do you lose a baby? Anyway, hopefully they've been found by now. It's been almost 12, 13, almost 14 hours. So hopefully that baby's been found. Parents have been found. And I hope somebody makes a referral to the DA's office to scare them. Do some broken windows, right? Kiddo might have just walked out the house, got away from the parents. They were asleep. You know, once kids watch you doing things, they can replicate it. My daughter unlocked the door and went outside because she saw us do it so many times. She got trapped outside. I had to go get her. And guess what she did? She rang the bell, ding, ding, to get back in the house. Weird. She must have been 4, you know, but needless to say, those things can happen. Mistakes can happen. But that's I don't get it. And finally, another day for Donald Trump and the Trump administration gets another smack back from the Supreme Court.
Number 1.
This is from CBS 58. The Supreme Court today knocked down Donald Trump's effort to end birthright citizenship as it has been understood for more than a century, invalidating an executive order that was a key part of the president's agenda, even though it was legally dubious from the start. Now, I don't think they should have said that in here because that's an opinion. And I think that doesn't belong in the news story. Anyway, story goes on to say lower courts have universally rejected his first day order, which would deny passports and other documents to children born to parents who are not citizens or green card holders. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote in the opinion for a majority that included the 3 liberals and conservative Justice Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett. Roberts said in his opinion, citizenship is the right to have rights. He wrote, the framers of the 14th Amendment extended that promise to every freeborn person in this land. We keep that promise today. Samuel Alito wrote what they're calling a biting dissent, ripped into his colleagues. In his opinion, he wrote, this is one of the most important decisions in the history of the court, and in my judgment, the court has made a serious mistake. I don't think they have. I think the court did the exact right thing, and they were able to do and follow something that has been. Now, just because a law is part of, is being upheld by the Supreme Court, it doesn't necessarily make it, I don't know the word I want to use, valid or accurate or something, right? Things change. Life changes, culture changes, America changes, and things need to change with the times. but not everything. There's some traditions that make us who we are, like birthright citizenship. And one of the reasons why people want to come here, to do good, to raise their children in a better environment, things of that nature. But if you were born here, you're a citizen, regardless of who your parents are. I just believe that. And I know some people disagree, and they get another couple of my favorite words, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care if just because it was Clarence Thomas and Alito dissenting doesn't give the argument any more weight than what we already have. I'm just saying. Bottom line, you were born here. You get citizenship here. That's how it is. Let me go check my YouTube chat before I roll out of here. It's starting to get hot. Remember, we got a poll. Which of these first would you do? We talked about the 3 things. You need to create a brand so that at least 2,000 to 2,000 people know you. You need to start a business, and you need to tackle AI. Zero said AI. Y'all scared. Y'all fraidy cats. Fraidy cats. Business was at 40%, and brand was at 50. Oh, now it went 50-50. All right. So half and half. At least it's a start. Quanda, you deleting your own comments. All right, let me go through this chat to see what's up. All right, so Todd, Babar, Kawanda, who else is up in here? Jasmine, 5, but Jasmine said 5 before 5. 5 before 5 because we never get it at 4. So y'all want me to start with the top 4 at 4? I don't know. See, I got to check with my study hall about everything. Warrior Fitness Quest said, totally great, Dr. Ken. Great info. I've been watching and chatting with you on Facebook. Great stream. Thank you so very much. Let me see who else is up in here. Bum, 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 bum. Yep, let me scroll through here. Sincere, Ronnie Ray Real, Curly Q. Not really a city girl. What's going on? You outside in the heat? Yeah, I love the heat. I love it. I got sunscreen on, so don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool you. Let me see who else. Did I miss anybody? Curly Q. Yeah, I said her. SE. What's going on? Yep. So I think I got everybody. Aaron. I think I got every single person in the chat. Want to say thank you for being here. Again, of course, if you want to support me, just go to drkenswag.printify.com. Buy a cup, buy a shoe. I got no shoes on there. Buy a shoe. Buy a shoe. Buy a cat. Buy whatever you can buy. But just help support and help us keep going and growing and being better and being bigger. Is that cool? Is that cool? I think it's cool. Hey, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. God bless. Tomorrow night, Dame Elsie is going to be on with me, just like Sherwin was on Monday. Of course, you can always go back to Spotify, YouTube, and check out the interview with Sherwin. Remember, he'll be on tonight at 7 at Hughes Views 414. That's at Hughes Views 414 on YouTube. So make sure you go check it out. Hey, y'all, God bless. Take care. Have a great day. Don't let anything get in your way. Stay out of the heat if you can. But I'm just saying.
Quiet.
I'm just saying. Just do that. Would you?
Look at here.
Love y'all. Take care. Deuces. I'm out. I'm going to sit back here and dance.